Can you smell that? Can you smell what Vercingetorix is cooking? Welcome back to Total War Arena. And yes, we have another episode showing off Vercingetorix. So he has a really cool ability, which I was not able to show you last episode, which is Scorched Earth. Basically, he throws a bunch of fire down on the ground, it burns a bunch of troops, and it's really awesome. So I wanted to show you some pretty cool replays where I use that ability pretty effectively. Hopefully, I also misuse it, so I can kind of explain when not to use it. But yeah, that's basically the whole point of this episode. So the first episode, the first battle is going to be like a tier 3 when I was tier 3, and then the second battle is going to be just recently, like today I played and had some pretty good pretty good burning going on, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and dive into the first battle. Alright guys, so here we are on the battlefield. Of course, you can see that I've deployed over to the left or the right hand side of the map. Sorry, directions are hard. So I'm actually, this is from a stream I played recently, and we had a lot of great guys come in and play with me. So I just want to give a big shout out to all the players who joined me during that stream. Also, big shout out to KINGSCORGE. Dude is a legend. He's actually really good at the game. So it's great to have him on my side. And then of course we have Death ZA in this one. And then way back here we had General Holly. So yeah, there's a lot more people. So I don't want to leave anyone out, but definitely check out that stream. It was pretty cool playing with the subs, and I hope to do a lot more arena. I mean, that was a special stream. It was crazy. You should definitely watch it. There's links to my Twitch account down below. But anyways, thanks to the support of my teammates, we got a very diverse mix of forces. We got my barbarian infantry. We have Death ZA's archers. We've got KINGSCORGE's Roman infantry, and then it looks like we got some barbarian cav, which is great. So we're gonna head straight to the forest, the long grass. Pretty difficult area to fight in because there's a lot of ambush points in trees. But it's also great for us because, you know, a lot of us are barbarians, and working together, you can usually find your way through these trees. Down here, we do have a good mix fighting in the city. I'm not going to go into detail too much of what's going on here because, well, obviously we're going to focus on the Scorched Earth ability. So let's go back to normal speed, or let's go into normal speed. So I was a little hesitant going into the trees. I wasn't sure if there was going to be anyone waiting for me. So I was just kind of waiting for KINGSCORGE to get into position so we could work together here. And again, I kept a mental note on this ability, always ready to use it. And again, throughout this video, I'm going to try to explain when to use it, when not to use it. But yeah, I'm really just... I'm grinding out with Vercingetorix because I want to get him on a high level tier so I can show you some high tier battles which are insanely intense. If you guys are watching this gameplay and you're like, wow, Paulo, you're really good at this game. No, it's because it's low tier, all right? Once you get into high tier, you're clinching your butthole the entire time. It's so intense. But down here, there's a little bit of a cav engagement going after our allies' cav, but thankfully, great teamwork here. We've got one of the barbarian cav holding back the Roman cav, so he's going to be able to get his archers out of there pretty quickly. Now, I've been flanking around, and I spotted some Romans down here, so this is a great opportunity. This is where I just spot them, and I'm thinking about using my Scorched Earth. Let's see here. I was about to throw it. Oh, no, I do use it. That's right. I burned them down. So here we go. It does it does a ticking damage, about 5 damage every time they stand in it. So he's gonna back out of there, and that's a pretty smart move by him. And I'm gonna back out as well because I'm getting shot with arrows, and I don't want to run through my own fire, which does do friendly damage. Now KINGSCORGE is gonna go ahead and charge in here, go after the injured Roman infantry, and they're gonna go ahead and fall back because they are losing this battle. I'm gonna go ahead and push forward because I just want to silence those archers, and I want to push with KINGSCORGE. He's taking a little breather there. I think he's waiting for the fire to go away. But let's slow it down here. Come on, slow down. There we go. So he's got more medium threat heavy infantry over here, which had me by a little bit of surprise because it was in the tall grass. I didn't use all of my Scorched Earth. Some units still had it, so I'm going to throw it in there really fast, let them come to me so I don't fight in my own fire. And I'm going to hold my ground here. So here comes the rest of his infantry. Oh, yeah. Pretty big charge right there. But my infantry should be able to hold. We're going to go back to normal speed. I've now got this extra infantry, which I'm going to flank around and cause some morale issues for his army. Also, my ally is running around his cav. So yeah, let me turn on the middle button so you can kind of see what's going on. It's a little tricky to see with all this grass. So great use of the cav, good teamwork. That's what you got to do with your cav. It's a great support unit. You got to look for opportunities where you can protect enemy or friendly archers, or going after vulnerable units like enemy archers. But now I'm going to go ahead and close in my infantry. I was just cleaning up the last of the Romans over there, and now I'm going after what's left over here, which it looks like there's a lot of archers. Oh yeah, look at these archers. Lots of archers, and now more infantry closing in, but I'm feeling really confident about this, so I'm just going to throw them into the fight. And my ally is also setting up some archers to fire down. So let's do some slow motion here, because this is crazy intense. So just like that, we were able to win this engagement and hold on. And it really wasn't too bad, because we had so many allies nearby. We were working quite well together. Now, this is a little bit of a concern. We've got some Roman cav charging forward, going after our allies' archers. This is a really good soft target. That was a good move by the enemy player. So let's go back to normal speed and see how this progresses. So yeah, just like that. Unfortunately, our ally loses the his archers. He did blob them up a little bit there, which is never good, but that's okay. He's going to be able to save most of them, or at least some of them. And we've got KINGSCORGE showing up to the rescue. We got more cav coming over this way, trying to finish off those archers, but they're going to charge into KINGSCORGE's infantry. I'm sending over some reinforcements to aid my teammates. Unfortunately, I was a little late there, and the cav is going to go ahead and retreat out of that engagement, which is probably the best move there, because we've got this locked down. So at this point, I was like, you know what? The balance of power is even. It's crazy even. So I don't think there's anything standing in our way. Let's just push forward and take their base, because right now they're being super aggressive. We can't quite see them, but they're in the fog of war, pushing pretty hard towards our base. We do have some defenders over here, which is great. It's always good to have a player who's very defensive. So I felt like this would be the best opportunity to push forward and go for the base. So yeah, so far we've seen 2 times where I've used the Scorched Earth. One time, it was actually, in both cases, it was pretty defensive. When I went into the trees, I just saw him standing there. I just threw in some torches. He backed away, which is the smart move by that player, but I did some damage. The second time, we were in the tall grass, and I used that defensively as well. Threw it kind of in the back lines of his men. He charged after me, which is always great when you can throw the fire, the Scorched Earth ability, kind of in the back lines, but also fight the infantry, pin them down in, you know, the area where the fire is going. You could really rack up a lot of kills. But now we got, I think, some barbarians. Yeah, I think these are blood-sworn barbarians here. They're gonna throw some pila, some javelins. I'm gonna try to light them on fire. And again, I was using this as kind of like a barrier between our forces, so I can continue to push into their base and try to cap their base as quickly as possible. So I am the first one in here, so I'm going to try, you know, start taking the points. We also have another unit over here thinking about charging in. And again, this is a great choke point. So once again, I'm going to get my Scorched Earth policy. That's it, or it's not policy. It's just called Scorched Earth. There we go. I'm going to throw it in, hoping that he would charge in. He does a little bit there, but he's going to go ahead and back away. That's the smart move, because he would have died pretty quick, because I would have charged in and kept him in this area, and he would have died quickly. So I'm going to go back into the center, and let me just slow it down and explain that you don't necessarily always want to use all 3 of your units' Scorched Earth ability. You want to try to save some of them, some of their abilities, because it's over a minute cooldown. So if you use all 3 of your units Scorched Earth, you don't have it. And in this situation, that was really, really important. So anyways, my ally is going to charge through the fire. Not a big deal. He's cav. He's going to move through it pretty quickly. So that's not huge. That's another thing. Low tier battles, you'll often get a lot of friendly fire because people just run through the fire. Once you get into high tier, friendly fire is less and less of a concern. But yeah, it looks like the red team, the enemy team, is coming back for their base. But will they get there in time? It's already halfway captured. I'm leaving my troops in here. A lot of people are leaving the base to go fight out there, which is smart. But I'm just going to sit in here because someone's got to stay here and cap it. So we got a little bit of a glorious battle. The balance of power is actually in their favor a little bit. Got a very intense fight. KINGSCORGE ran out. He's going to go ahead and slow down. That's very smart. Even with less troops, you can slow down the advancing reinforcements trying to recapture the base. And by doing that, that's buying me time to capture the base. So great teamwork there from KINGSCORGE. Death ZA using what's left of his archers. Still has a decent amount going after the enemy archers, which is always smart. And this is never good, guys. Never blob up your archers like this. It's an easy target. Spread them out, and you'll save a lot more lives that way. So just a little archer tip there. Also, it makes it harder for cav charges, which the cav is going in. They are going to take some fire there, but they do get, well, that was a pretty bad charge. A pretty depleted unit, so what do you expect? Here comes another cav unit. There they go. So they'll be fine in prolonged melee, and I'm about to take this base because they don't have enough troops. They could not get it. I don't know why it says defeat, but I won that one. So yeah, that showed a little bit of the Scorched Earth. I mean, there were so many replays, guys, where I used Scorched Earth. I highly recommend, I can't stress this enough, if you want to see more of the Scorched Earth stuff, check out my Twitch. I've got unedited full matches where I used it all the time. But there is one more battle, and it's going to be a higher tier battle. This was like a tier 3. The next one's going to be a tier 5 battle. So let's go ahead and check out that fight. Alright guys, welcome to the second and final battle. I've got tier 4 units, even though my general's tier 5. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to use this Berserker ability because I have tier 4 units. So they have to be tier 5 as well. I just couldn't afford them yet. So yeah, I got 3 infantry like usual. Jackie Fish, he's going to be joining me in this battle. He is going archers. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Good old archer force. So I'm going to try to protect Jackie Fish the best I can. Usually when you have an ally that's using archers and you're infantry or cav, you want to stay close and help support the archers. Also, if you're just standing nearby allied archers, you get support points. So it's not like if you just sit there and defend the archers, you get nothing out of it. So yeah, we've got a pretty good team here. You can see not a lot of skirmisher. Oh wait, that's the enemy team. I'm sorry. But yeah, the enemy team, they only have a couple javelins. They don't have a lot of skirmishers, which is... that could be a huge deal right there because archers can be pretty brutal. But we also don't have a lot of archers either. Jackie Fish is the only player bringing archers. Not a lot of cav either. So this is mostly going to be a infantry-focused battle, which I think is really cool. So anyways, let's go to normal speed. So obviously, I'm going to spawn near the forest. I'm on the, I guess technically, well, I'm on the right side. But yeah, I'm in the forest, just kind of waiting, just chilling. I don't really want to fight outside the forest because I do get a lot of bonuses, you know, buffs in the forest. So there's a little bit of a cav charger. Jackie Fish is going to go ahead and use his archers and soften up this cav, and they're going to retreat. So yeah, that's a good move by Jackie Fish. He's going to really chew up that cav, and taking out cav, especially when there's not a lot of it, is huge. So yeah, he's going to continue to fire at them. Now, we do spot some infantry. This is really good. Now, I'm not sure if they've spotted us, but I'm just hoping this infantry pushes forward and goes after our troops, and then I would come in and just kind of surprise them there. But artillery slamming down our allies' forces, which is never good. And then we got some pikes moving forward. So I think the Romans were like, yeah, that's too much. Archers, pikes, Roman infantry, not going to go for that. So as soon as I saw him retreating, I was like, okay, well, if he's going to retreat, I'm going to go the long way around, which is up this way. There's a little opening here. You can go through the trees and, well, get to the other side. Again, trying to hide my units, trying to get the element of surprise. Jackie Fish at this time, he's going to take this flag. Now, let me slow it down here. This flag right here is vitally important. This is so good to capture because it gives your entire team a much better visual of what the enemy has. You can see their army comps. You can see if you know, try to attack their position, if you have the right tools to take it out. Anyways, back this way. This is where I discover a bunch of enemy forces. Check this out, guys. Never do this. He's got his forces blobbed up. So I'm going to use all 3 of my Scorched Earth. I keep calling it policy. And look at that. It is hell for these Romans. Literally hell. And they're going to go ahead and run after me, which is great. So I'm going to keep them in prolonged melee. They do try to escape the fire, but now they're getting nailed by Jackie Fish's archers. I'm using some javelins there as they retreat. I'm going to go ahead and send back this unit because he is flanking around this extra unit. I'm going to hold them back there a little bit. Now, this unit is tier 4 as well, so it's a pretty even matchup. We are in the trees. So yeah, nice little engagement here. I should have the edge here because they are greatly depleted, injured by the Scorched Earth, and I've outflanked them pretty effectively. So yeah, this is a nice engagement. Let's see what else is going on in the battlefield. A little bit of a fight here where we've got hoplites holding against, looks like some Roman infantry, but now we got some pikes moving forward. So yeah, you never want to charge hoplites head on like that, but the pikes should, oh, there they go. Look at these beautiful pikes. They should go in and do some pretty good damage. Look at these guys. Beautiful. So yeah, this little engagement is closing up over here. And again, that scorched earth saving my skin there. Not that I would have lost the battle if I didn't use it, but it definitely helped. Now some Romans flanking around, going after Jackifish's force. I spawned that. I'm going to go ahead and try to quickly break these guys, which I do. And I'm going to send them downhill through the forest and try to support Jackifish's archers. But yeah, he's doing the right thing. He's going to kite the enemy. He's going to constantly run away and go to some allies who have really small depleted units, but is better than nothing. And sure enough, they're going to try to hold back the forces. And here I come like an avalanche coming down the mountain. Here I come to save the day. I think I used some javelins there. I do get some friendly fire, which is unfortunate. But yeah, I'm going to charge in. Try to surround these guys. And yeah, actually, you know what? Where am I going? Oh, I think I was going to come up that way, support my army. But now I'm going to go back and pursue all my forces after these Romans. The Romans are probably making a wise decision here, trying to get out of the fight, but I don't know if they're going to be able to get out of there quick enough. So he does turn around, and I'm going to turn around my forces as well. So another nice engagement there. And so far, the battle seems to be greatly in our favor, in our control, and we're doing very well over on this side. Now, on the other side, seems like the same thing. I mean, we got a pretty big push over here. We're running down a bunch of forces that are just trying to escape. What? Oh, is artillery hitting these guys? Pretty nasty. So they're going to try to flee the scene. And I think they're going to go back to their base and kind of set up a last stand. And just because they are on the run doesn't mean this battle is over by any means. So let's go back to normal speed. And yeah, we got these guys surrounded, which is good. Another Roman force surrounded. And they're still trying to escape. But I think this is where they make their final stand. They fight to the bitter end. And we're just so close to breaking these guys. My forces are somewhat depleted at this point. So yeah, they definitely took some casualties here. Here comes more forces though, more Romans. And let's see, am I gonna use Scorched Earth? Let's see, here we go. Yes, I do. And the pikes are right here. This kind of engagement is ideal. And this is what I'm talking about. If you can get the Scorched Earth right in the back of the unit while another unit holds them in place, it's just the ultimate killer. Jackfish also raining down some arrows. Getting some friendly fire, but that's okay. They're so blobbed up, he's mostly getting enemy kills. By the way, guys, I want to give a shout out to Jackfish. He's also going to be covering this battle, and he's going to have a little bit of a guide for you guys on when to use archers, or like when to go for friendly fire or not. Like when there's a situation where you got friendlies in the area, and whether it's worth it or not to fire in that area. Anyways, yeah, definitely check out his channel. I think it's coming out today as well, so you can revisit this battle. But anyways, yeah, I've got my forces. They're going to flank around. Not going to go through the fire, obviously. Going to let the pikes do their thing. Pikes can cause a lot of friendly fire if you run into them. It's just something you need to watch out for. So you got to be careful about that. And then I do something stupid here. It's like, let me get in the flank. Oh, wait, pikes. That's right. And see that's what I'm talking about. That caused him to break that formation. That was a stupid mistake on my end. So yeah, watch out for friendly pikes. If you charge in incorrectly, you can lose you can lose your men pretty quickly to friendly fire. So my army's pretty depleted, my forces, but that's okay. We're looking like we're doing really well, and you can see they're setting up their final stand. Look at this, guys. You see this? Doesn't this look like a juicy target? This looks like a very juicy target. So I'm gonna push up my units. And I'm gonna try to use my Scorched Earth, Scorched Earth, but it's on cooldown. And okay, dang it, I missed this a little bit. But over here, there was very depleted units of Romans, and he set up stakes in the tall grass, and that massacred my infantry on both sides. So that was a really good move. I wanted to show you that because I thought that was really creative. Basically, he baited his own men, put stakes right in front of them, and it paid off. I lost a ton of men there, so now I'm pretty low on troops. Now I've got an ally pushing in with hoplites, which I was a little upset about because I wanted to get more kills by using the Scorched Earth. But that's okay. The hoplites are going to go in. Yeah, but that was a great ability with those stakes. That was a smart move right there. So I'm going to try to get my men out of this fight. The Romans are falling back here. We got some javelins supporting me as the Romans fall back. So yeah, the archers, I think Jackyfish getting some great kills back here. So this is when I use the Scorched Earth. I try to put it right in the center, but it is getting some friendly fire. But it's, honestly guys, if it was a closer match, I probably wouldn't do that. But because we had this under control, I was like, you know what, why not? And it is mostly killing the enemy, so it's not that bad. Also, Jackyfish, he's also firing into this blob as well, getting some good kills. The fire should go away pretty soon. I'm going to go ahead and flank around with my forces, get in the base, and get some points. Got to get some points here. Not in first place with points at all, but I felt like I did pretty well in today's little match here. But yeah, the hoplites are trying to prevent us from capping it. But there's really not much you can do. He's down to 35 men. Here comes the Romans. They're going to take on these hoplites. If they have any javelins, they do not. He's going to charge in. I believe, who is this? Who has these abilities? What general? I don't know. I need to go back to the Romans. I completely forgot like what general does what with the Roman forces, but I'm such a barbarian player. That's all I do. But yeah, we captured the base, and oh, that time we got a victory, so that's good. But yeah, that's gonna wrap up the video, guys. And Jackyfish was MVP. He got a lot of kills here. Hopefully this kind of shows you a little bit of how to use Scorched Earth and when not to use it and when to use it. Different situations. Again, I'm still pretty low tier, only tier 5, so hopefully when I get into higher tiers, it will be way more intense. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing some guide videos and hoping to really bring a lot more information about the game to you guys, because I am addicted to this. I'm going to stream it all the time. Oh, that's another thing I wanted to mention. If you guys want to see live streams of me playing, definitely check out my Twitch. I'm going to be streaming this all the time, so definitely check that out. I'm excited for that, and I hope to see you in the chat. But yeah, if you guys want to see anything in the future, I do need to try out some of the Greek units or commanders. Go back to them, try out different characters. I need to do some Cav. That's something I need to learn, is how to use Cav, because I want to be a well-rounded player. I don't want to just be good at one thing, because if you have to, adapt or, do something else, you got to be good at it. Anyways, guys, I don't want to ramble on. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a comment, to share, subscribe if you want to see more epic arena gameplay. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.